if we look at, a person and we look at what it is that would be important for them to lead a healthy life, there's a mental aspect of it. Like, what do you feed your mind? How much care are you taking care of your mind? Okay, and one of the things you see is we assume that just because we are functioning, we are okay. That's an entirely different topic, mental health. But by and large, what you can say is many people struggle with, feeling at 100% every day mentally, and that's not something that we think about. But how do you take care of your mind? The first thing is fill your mind with stuff that allows it to grow. So, are you reading a book? Read a book every so often. If it is, let's say, the programs that you're watching, are you watching stuff that stimulates your brain, that makes you think? Are you spending time with people who are positive? Because you pick up that vibe. If everyone around you is negative and is saying how difficult it's gonna be a hard year, you begin to believe that, and then once you've internalized that, you're having a hard time. But then also, sleep is the biggest nourishment for your mind. So if you're not getting enough sleep, and enough sleep is a little different from one person to another. There are people who have 6 hours of sleep and they are entirely functional. Others might need 9 hours to be up. So it's learning. If you wake up every morning and you don't feel refreshed, you're probably not getting enough sleep. But then if you're spending 10 hours of your night in bed, you probably need to find out what's going on. You're probably unwell. So it's that balance, for you don't want to overdo it, but you also don't want to undercook your sleep. Get enough. Make sure that every morning you're waking up feeling refreshed. So that's first one, is to take care of your mind. Then the second one is your spirit. The spirit is a little different from your mind. Your spirit is how you feel about yourself, how confident you feel about tomorrow, the things that you worry about. So how do you take care of your spirit? Again, surround yourself with positivity. If you're religious, go to church, and go to a church that makes you feel better about yourself, not a church that makes you worry about going to damnation and judgment. Go to a church that makes you, because what you're getting from your church is what you carry home with you, and then for the whole week, if you are a once a week person, the whole week, that's the message that is resonating with you. And then, of course, the third one is your body, your physical health. How you manage your physical health, of course. All of these things are a continuous loop. If you're not taking care of your mind, your body is going to struggle. If you're not taking care of your spirit, your mind struggles, and vice versa. So how do you take care of your body? First off is regular exercise. Weight loss and exercise are two different things. You can lose weight without getting off the couch. You can lose weight by starving yourself. You can lose weight by changing what you eat. But regular exercise increases blood flow to every part of your body. And your blood flow is what determines how healthy any part of your body is. So let's say, for example, going for a walk is good for your mind, it's good for your legs, it's good for your heart. So just getting your heart beating faster. And how you know that you're exercising is three things. That you get out of breath, that your heart beats faster, and that you sweat. So whenever it is that you ask people, are you exercising? And they say, yeah, I walk up the stairs, but you get out of breath. Do you sweat? Does your heart beat faster? So regular exercise. And it's difficult to prescribe an amount of exercise that is enough for everyone, but you keep pushing for more. If you initially you can do 10 minutes of walking, then in a couple of weeks you're at 20, you're at 30. That helps, because then that leads to the second thing is maintaining a healthy weight. Carrying more weight than you should is detrimental to your health. Your joints are going to struggle. You're more likely to have problems with blood pressure. You're more likely to have problems with your heart. You are more at risk of developing infections. Your immune system doesn't work as well. You have more allergies. So just maintaining a healthy weight for your height is important. Now that, of course, feeds into what are you eating. Of course, exercise will help you to maintain a healthy weight. But what you're eating is also important, in that probably if you can, limit the number of meals you have in a day. Because every meal that you're taking, every time you're eating something, especially adults, you might not need the calories that you're getting in, but your body has to deal with them. You have to expend energy on digesting this stuff. You have to get rid of the excess calories if you're not going to exercise and burn it off. So, and how do you avoid, multiple meals in a day? The first is have breakfast, because having breakfast sets the tone for you. If you have a proper meal for breakfast, and one of the things about breakfast is we tend to have a lot of starch. When most people describe breakfast, is they're having starch for breakfast. But having a protein for breakfast does one thing for you. Protein has what is called a high satiety index, which means when you have a protein as a meal, it takes longer for you to get hungry. So having protein for breakfast, it doesn't matter what it is, whether you're having beans, you're having a little bit of meat in whatever form, you're having eggs for breakfast, it means you can probably go longer before you need to snack. And then what happens also is the presence of food in the stomach leads to the release of glucose from the liver. So the longer it is that you have food in the stomach, the more sustained the release of glucose from the liver is. So you feel better. You have better energy levels when you've had, some maybe fruit or vegetable in the morning, because the roughage in it will take a little longer to digest. And then also protein. The fact that protein will take same thing, longer to digest. So I think we need to take breakfast seriously. The more thought you put into breakfast, the better your day is. For most people, lunch is not going to be at home, so the possibility of having a healthy, balanced meal at lunch, it's either going to be expensive if you can do that, or it's going to be not very balanced, not very healthy. So one of the things I keep saying is, if you can, have salad for lunch. Have a salad for lunch, because half the time, it's not calories that you need. You just need something in your stomach. You need something in your stomach for you to have your liver releasing glucose. Once you have your liver releasing glucose, it doesn't matter whether you've eaten something that is going to be converted to calories. You feel better. But then having heavy meals at lunch also means that there's something called postprandial somnolence, which means you're sleepy after a meal. All of us know this. So having a very heavy meal at lunchtime means that you're probably not too productive in the afternoon. So having a light meal at lunch works. And then because hopefully you're going home and you can go home to a healthier meal, you can have a proper meal in the evening. The thinking has been that having heavy meals in the evening might lead to weight gain, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And the advantage of having a proper meal in the evening is that you're having it at home. So it's likely to be a healthy meal. Yeah.